such a lovely morning way to spend. I'm definitely doing this again throughout the summer. So many thoughts. I wrote a letter from my 8-year-old self to me. And I thought it was going to be cute, but I actually realised while I was writing it that I hold a lot of built up resentment for my younger self, and the person that she was. There was a lot of shame and guilt for some of the stuff I did as a kid, which, when I think about it, is literally just me reacting and lashing out to my circumstances, where I have to uproot my life at 8 years old, move halfway across the world, rejoin a new school, and also suddenly I'm considered an adult now. So yeah, it was really interesting. But now I'm off to head home to have some coffee and some breakfast. Hello everyone, I am on my way to pottery. It is stunning outside, it's so warm, it's like 21 degrees. But I had a nice morning, just enjoying my breakfast with my book. I'm so glad to be reading at the moment, it's so good. And yeah, now I'm on my way to pick up me and Christy's pottery pieces. I'm very excited to see how they'll turn out. And then I have a lovely lunch out with myself, so it's very exciting. It's all good, but lovely weather. I have, for my birthday, my mum gave me like free reign of her scrapbooking supplies, which for a mum that had kids growing up in the early 2000s, the scrapbooking stuff is so fucking good. And my scrapbook, and then some glue. We have now. This is all like stickers and like bits to add in. More stickers. You can just see the array of different types. These have handy glue spots. And then in here, I have so much paper. So much cut paper, which is so cool. I'm gonna get that out. Put that over here.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do da da dum, da do 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 da da dum, da do 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 do. When it's night, there is nothing more I love to do than to sit alone beneath the morning king. In her light, about how I started all anew, and every path led me to you. It's a wonderful feeling to know that you're loved in return. This is only such a feeling that you'll know when you learn to love yourself. Without you I don't know, without you I don't know. I thought you wouldn't show, I thought you wouldn't show. There will come a day when
Welcome back to another video of me documenting my sort of process with the Artist Way toolbook. For those of you who don't know, the Artist Way is a creative toolbook that follows a 12-week program, and within it you do sort of emotional tending of your creativity and your artist, and it touches on things from like childhood to what you're currently interested in, any plans that may have not fully been made with your creativity, etc, etc. I'm at the end of week 8. I actually didn't film the last 4 weeks, mainly because I've been really busy with like my work picking up finally after starting it, and also just editing the other videos, but I was like, it's the last 4 weeks, so I wish to vlog. I just noticed there was something on my wall and I was like, is that a spider? But no, it's not. I feel like I finally chipped away at the block of like me not knowing why I was blocked, and now I realise there's sort of like a magnitude of reasons why I fall easily into this trap of a creative or a writer's block. But I didn't really do any artist dates, and I really struggled to do the tasks each week, so it sort of just got backlogged until sort of this week almost. So yeah, I'm hoping week 9 goes a little bit better, sort of puts me back on track for the last final weeks. I was just in town. I went to the bookstore and I got some new books, and I thought I'd do a recent read wrap up like I did for the first week of the Artist Way. The books I read in May. So the first book I picked up randomly called The Mountain in the Sea. I have this thing where I go into Waterstones before I'm going away for the weekend. I'm like, I need a book to read. The last 2 times picked up books about ecophobia. I can't think of what the word is, like being scared of global warming almost, or touching on that feeling of being scared of what the outcomes of global warming could be. And they've both been around like the evolution of the sea and how the sea and sea life basically could transform in the future, and like sort of looking at global warming from a sci-fi perspective. So this book was exactly the same, so it was kind of weird, kind of uncanny that I've done that twice now, and I nearly did it a 3rd time as well today, but I was like, no, I need to take a break from the evolution sea sci-fi books that I've currently been reading. But this was really great. It was really about sort of like what it means to be human, as in like culturally and socially, like what actually defines us in comparison to other animals that are smarter than their peers basically. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It touches on like artificial intelligence a little bit, it touches on gender a little bit. It was really good. It was a good read. And then a couple of weeks ago I went to the bookstore to pick up some highly anticipated reads. So we had The Familiar. This was great. I really enjoyed the historical aspect of it, and also the way the magic systems work in the world and how they're aligned with religion. It was really great. But yeah, she does have a thing for older men that are slightly like creatures, not human, they're in comparison to their female protagonists. So she kind of annoys me with that like aspect. I'm like, not this trope again, but it was really good. It felt good. There were some bits where I was like, not pacing issues more like, but I'm like, this issue that you're exploring, I feel like she was trying to make it quite big, but at the same time on a smaller scale. So then it was sort of like these opposing factors kept clashing. Like you had quite a small scaled story in this massive court, and it did feel like sometimes she was struggling with the like scope of it and how big to actually make it or how not too big to make it. So yeah, it was good. I would say definitely a good 4-star all-rounder read. And then we have Sunbringer by Hannah Kinnear. This is the second one of God Killer, which I recently read like literally 3 months ago. It was so good! It was so good. I haven't read, I feel like we haven't had fantasy books that just allow that slow Lord of the Rings pacing where so much but so little actually happens. Like this whole book takes across the span of, I want to be generous and say 4 weeks, but I think it's even less than that. And it's just impeccable. Like I haven't read a fantasy book that sticks so clearly to a time frame, but doesn't feel like it's dragging or it's moving too quickly or if there's like plot holes. Like I don't know, I'm just really enjoying it, and I feel like that's a criticism of this book, how slow paced it is. But if you're missing that sort of really well developed story where the characters' developments feel very much in line with the time frame, with the pacing, it doesn't feel rushed, it doesn't feel like it's, I don't know, sometimes I feel like fantasy books when, especially when it's like rebellion in the court, rebellion against the king, etc, etc, sometimes I do feel like they don't really fully take into consideration how certain time frames and pacings would work. Some of them try to make it this like vast big thing across months but don't execute that pacing well, and others try and make it a thing that's like shoved into 3 weeks, yet you have all this character development and it like doesn't make sense for all that to happen in 3 weeks. Whereas I feel like Sunbringer and Godkiller, it just balances really well. It just balances the slight changes of the characters and the slight changes and how like quickly the political sphere can move when you're spread across like a country. So yeah, I've already enjoyed this. I need the next one now, seeing as it's only like spanned like 3 weeks. And I haven't read any reviews for Sunbringer specifically, so I'm interested to see what everyone's thoughts on it. But yeah, that's sort of my main wrap up, and then what I hope to read in June. It's 5:30, which is crazy to me. I had a few more things planned today, but I think I might just do some editing for a little bit while and then eat my dinner. So good. I feel like such an adult. Like I took a little bit of lemon, courgette, and pasta. I took some bread.